They were trying to compel people to say he was the greatest. Michael Jordan didn't say that about himself. Kobe Bryant didn't say that about himself. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't say that about himself. Bill Russell didn't say that about himself. Tim Duncan didn't say that about himself. Nobody said that. Nobody but him.
One man built a throne so high that even history bowed in respect, while the other is still climbing that same ladder, shouting for the world to look up and believe he deserves the crown. And now, Stephen A. Smith has dropped a truth bomb so powerful it shook the entire basketball world. If you're tired of hearing the same recycled stats, the same worn-out GOAT debates, and the non-stop back and forth between fan bases, brace yourself, because this one hits very differently.
Every time LeBron does something, if Jordan wanted to, he would have done it.
I didn't say that.
This is what you said he was.
So Jordan was the first 40-year-old to drop 40. That's number one. LeBron James is in his 22nd season. That was the 78th time in his career he has scored over 40 seasons. How many 40-point games did Michael Jordan have? 170.
This isn't hate, it's honesty. It's about exposing the real line between legends who earn greatness and those who try to sell it. Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, a battle that refuses to die because one side just won't accept the truth. And here's what no one wants to admit anymore. This isn't even a debate now, it's a rescue mission. LeBron's camp has spent years building a public relations machine designed to force a narrative the game itself never fully supported. Every stat becomes breaking news. Every record comes with a press release. Every milestone gets blasted across social media like a campaign slogan, all to remind us of something real greatness never needs to announce. Jordan never begged for validation. He didn't need hashtags, handlers, or hype men. He stepped on the court, dominated, silenced everyone, and walked away, twice, leaving the league shaking in his shadow. LeBron, meanwhile, has turned his career into a never-ending campaign speech, loud, polished, and desperate for votes. But now the cracks in that campaign are showing, because greatness that needs constant protection is fragile, not eternal. And when the noise fades, only the truth remains. And the truth has always worn number 23. That's why when Stephen A. Smith switched gears, he didn't just talk, he detonated. For years, he's warned everyone, and now he's dropped a list of quotes so sharp they slice the LeBron GOAT argument into pieces. 12 statements, each hitting harder than the last, leaving no room for excuses. Together, they reveal one brutal reality. Jordan isn't just ahead, he's untouchable.
James, there's only one player we look at and we say definitively we think was better. And that was Michael Jordan. They were trying to compel people to say he was the greatest. Michael Jordan didn't say that about himself. Kobe Bryant didn't say that about himself. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't say that about himself. Bill Russell didn't say that about himself. Tim Duncan didn't say that about himself. Nobody said that. Nobody but him. Steph Curry hasn't said that about himself. Steph Curry has never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Ray Allen never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Reggie Miller never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Allen Houston never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Nobody called themselves the greatest in anything but that man.
When Stephen A. Smith broke it down, he didn't hold back. He said that when we talk about LeBron James, there's only one player people consistently put above him, Michael Jordan. But the problem, he explained, is that LeBron and his camp have spent years trying to convince everyone that he's the greatest. Meanwhile, the true legends never had to crown themselves. Michael Jordan didn't call himself the GOAT. Kobe Bryant didn't call himself the GOAT. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Tim Duncan, none of them proclaimed themselves the greatest. Even today's superstars don't do it. Steph Curry has never called himself the greatest shooter ever. Ray Allen never did. Reggie Miller never did. Even Kyle Korver never claimed it. Nobody in NBA history has openly labeled themselves the greatest in anything, except LeBron. And that, Stephen A. said, is the difference that speaks louder than any stat line.
Thing that Michael Jordan wanted to do. He didn't spend the first 8 years shivering. He didn't have to go to South Beach to learn how.
LeBron James and his team have pushed one message for years. He's the greatest of all time. Not hinted at it, not suggested it, flat out declared it over and over. But here's the problem. No true all-time great has ever done that. Michael Jordan never needed to say he was the best. His 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, and undefeated finals record spoke louder than any words. Kobe Bryant, the embodiment of obsession and grit, never crowned himself either. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who held the scoring record for nearly 40 years, didn't brag or campaign, he just dominated. Bill Russell won 11 rings without a single self-promotional speech. Tim Duncan collected 5 championships and 3 finals MVPs and remained silent as ever. Because real legends don't need noise. LeBron, however, couldn't wait. He called himself the greatest while still playing. His team echoed it. The media amplified it. And suddenly it became a movement, one that felt more desperate than confident. Whenever someone questions it, his camp reacts like it's disrespect. But that's not swagger, that's insecurity. Real greatness doesn't need PR teams, press releases, or marketing slogans. It doesn't chase validation, it creates it. Just look at Steph Curry. He changed the entire sport, redefined shooting, shattered records once thought impossible, and still has never called himself the greatest shooter ever. Ray Allen didn't do it either. Because true legends know this. If you really are the best, you don't have to say it. The world says it for you. That's where LeBron crossed the line. Instead of earning the throne the old-fashioned way, he tried to claim it with words. But greatness isn't something you declare, it's something you prove until no doubt remains. His camp backed him like a PR army, flooding timelines with highlight reels, emotional montages, and carefully selected stats, trying to rewrite what anyone who's actually watched basketball already knows. Jordan is the standard. Always has been, always will be. And the numbers never lie. The 40-point game is the purest test of dominance. Jordan recorded 173 of them in just 15 seasons. 2 of those comeback years, 2 more in Washington when his body was breaking down and he still outscored players half his age. His true prime lasted only about 11 seasons, and he still produced numbers modern players can't touch. Meanwhile, in his 22nd season, LeBron finally reached his 78th 40-point game. 22 seasons.
Got 7 more years in the league and still chasing Jordan. 7 more years. He don't even have more rings. Been in the league long enough that I was in college. And still, he ain't catch Jordan.
Jordan's 40-point games weren't events. They were routine. He'd torch teams like it was another Tuesday night. No hype, no headlines, no PR machine needed. When LeBron drops 40, the internet erupts like it's a national spectacle. Hashtags fly, debate shows line up segments, and the moment gets pushed everywhere to keep the illusion alive. Because when every explosion needs marketing behind it, it means the numbers aren't speaking loudly enough on their own. And the difference starts at the beginning. Jordan's dominance was instant. He didn't need development years or veteran guidance. He was the veteran from day one. He walked into a broken Chicago franchise in 1984 and flipped it upside down. By year 3, he was averaging 37 points per game, and by year 7, he won the first of 6 championships in an 8-year stretch that turned the Bulls into a global empire. Now compare that to LeBron. He entered the league in 2003 with unprecedented hype, the chosen one, yet for 8 long years he still couldn't figure it out. His 2007 finals run ended in a sweep, and instead of coming back stronger, he left. He bailed on Cleveland and joined Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to form a super team in Miami, and only then did the winning begin. That's not legacy, that's mentorship. Jordan didn't need to relocate to learn how to finish. He didn't call Magic or Bird for advice. He built greatness through pressure, pain, and persistence. LeBron needed a safety net and 2 Hall of Famers just to get started, and even then it took 2 years in Miami before he earned his first ring. Jordan's greatness was self-made. LeBron's was constructed by collaboration. That difference matters, because greatness isn't just about how you finish, it's about how you start. Jordan didn't need a decade of trial and error. He stepped in as a rookie and owned the league. LeBron needed nearly 10 years to master what Jordan understood instinctively. And Jordan didn't stop there. At age 40, with worn-down knees after 2 separate three-peats, he became the first 40-year-old in NBA history to drop 40 points. That wasn't a record, It was a message. True greatness lives in your blood, not in cryotherapy chambers, recovery science, or million-dollar health regimens. LeBron fans brag about longevity, and sure, playing this long is impressive, but LeBron has had every modern advantage possible. Jordan had none. He came from an era where pain wasn't managed, it was endured, and still he did things LeBron hasn't come close to touching. When Jordan returned after his second retirement, he wasn't chasing stats. He had nothing left to prove. 6 rings, 2 three-peats, cultural domination. He came back because he loved the game. That 40 at 40 wasn't padding numbers. It was a reminder. Greatness doesn't fade. It endures. Then Stephen A. Smith delivered the quote that ended the debate. LeBron James has been in the league 7 more years than Michael Jordan, and he's still chasing the crown. 7 extra seasons, hundreds more games, the full power of modern sports science, and he still can't catch Jordan. Not in dominance, not in perfection, not in impact. If the best argument for someone's GOAT case is he played longer, you're not describing the greatest, you're describing the most durable. Jordan conquered basketball in 11 years of pure destruction. 6 rings, 6 finals MVPs, global takeover. LeBron has had more than double the time, and the gap still